And we are back yet again, working on these steps. Ta-ta-ta. Gotta love that right there. Love those little tips like that. Kind of like how this worked out right here. And these corners, instead of putting just a square, I actually 45'd them. Kept the pattern right on this, kept the pattern right on that, and 45'd it from here down. I won't have to do adding the little square here and here, because up here I am going to do these one at a time and have a little extra length so that when it falls I can just here 45 it there, and then I'll do half a W, I guess. I'd be a V cut from this corner up, and then same thing with that. That's what I did here. So, right, let's see. So the part here on the bottom where it folded around like that, it came up to about right there at an angle, about like so. About like so. So this piece that came around here, I cut from this corner at a 45 up here, and they also wrapped right around and met up. This one here, you did a zoop, well, a zoop right there. This piece was able to wrap straight around. This is actually, because this is all weird here, how I kept my pattern here like this. This is tucked under, like a turn and tack, pushed under there. This is all, let me see if I can get this where you can see. So if you pull the fibers back, right, well, right there's a little string, but anyway, it's almost impossible. As a matter of fact, you really can't at all. You can just see the little string right there I need to cut, but as far as seeing the backing, you can't, because it's all hid in this piece here that's folded under like a turn and tack there. So that worked out good, and it allowed me to keep this same piece here and kept everything matched up. Push this all the way in till it stops at my cut, going to the center mark right there. Use this thing for a little straight edge. Same thing to the bottom of that cut, right to my point. That gives me a straight line. Same thing from this cut. Come up here so you can see. You'll need to see this right there. Can you see down in there? Pushing it all the way in till it stops at my cut, and then I'm going to get me a straight line to that corner right there. There we go. And to this point right here. Pushing it into my cut and using it for a straight edge right there. Now whenever I make them cuts, boom, 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 it's absolutely perfect. I don't have to do any more trimming up or anything. It goes together perfect because I'm able to use a little straight edge on my 45s. Alrighty, you guys probably know that I've been putting together a price list. I talked about that about maybe a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, something like that. And definitely I'm not getting in a hurry because it's hard to say what stuff is worth. I've changed the way I install so much, it's not funny. So really glad whenever I get stuff like this right there before I set my prices. Now I know more so even what to charge on stuff like that, because it's definitely taken a lot longer than I thought it would. It's going to end up being probably 3 days on a set of steps. So definitely I'm going to have to increase what I had already thought it was going to be charged at, just so I can make some money. But it definitely looks good. There no complaints about the way it looks or anything like that. It definitely looks good, and if you want it to look good, it just takes time. You cannot rush this stuff, especially all these little corners and everything that we gotta do just to keep it all pretty. I mean, again, we don't have a bunch of fuzzy stuff or anything like that where it's getting pulled or ripped or anything like that. Everything is looped. Everything you can loops, 45 there. No cut, fuzzies, frays, or anything like that. Everything looks really nice. Everything is sealed up every single time I put a seam together on all these little pieces here or all these little pieces here. Everything is sealed up with hot glue. And again, there's only staples here and here. Everything else is all hot glue. And I'll tell you what, it's definitely slow, but man, I'm happy with it. It looks really good. But I was originally thinking $28 a step. That's actually what I charged on this. And the other day when I did this step here, I did actually these three, and I just did this edge. I told the wife, I was like, I'm glad I got to do that, because I charged $28 a step, but I'm gonna actually have to charge probably about $40 a step. And now I have changed my mind again. I'm going to, stuff like this with this type carpet is going to be $100 a step. If I don't get the work, then okay, but I gotta do it so I can make some money. That seems crazy, $100 a step, but to get results like that, that's the only way I can work. I cannot just slash stuff in. I just can't do it. I've tried, I've proved it to myself, and I've proved it to myself. I've tried and tried and tried to let stuff go and go faster, and I just cannot do it. I work myself broke before I will go fast and make stuff look dissatisfactory to myself. I can't help it. It's just the way I am. I can't help it. So I'm going to have to raise my prices to match the time that it takes me to do stuff like this. So we're actually going somewhere else tomorrow. We're going to do a hotel room, or not really a hotel, it's a lodge, Swanee Inn. Somebody else has been doing all them rooms. The guy that was doing them is no longer down at Mills, so we get the pleasure of going to do the last room, and I'm sure the hallways, because it's nobody's qualified, to be honest with you, to do it. And the mill is even going to send a rep or somebody up whenever the hallway gets installed, just to make sure stuff is done right. So definitely going to be fun.